Imagine if someone was able to clone the voice of a loved one, and then they call you begging for help.
Believe it or not, this is a growing threat. And tonight, CBS 2 investigator Mahsa Saeidi looks into how this can be stopped. This is scary.
It's really scary, and it is a growing threat, as you said, Vlad and Christine. This technology is evolving so rapidly. Websites powered by artificial intelligence now allow anyone to clone the voice of your mom, your boss, or your child. It means from this moment on, you can no longer trust your ears.
He said, "Dad, I'm in trouble. I got in an accident. I think I broke my nose. I hit a pregnant woman. They arrested me. I'm in jail. You need to help me." I said, "Brett, of course I'll help you."
Did you think it was your son?
I knew it was my son. There was no question in my mind.
Gary Schildhorn was in action mode. He needed $9,000 to bail out his son Brett after a crash. Within 2 minutes, Schildhorn believed he had spoken with 3 different people: his son, a defense attorney, and a court clerk. As he drove to the bank to withdraw the cash, he updated his son's wife. Then his phone rang. It was Brett on FaceTime.
He said, "Dad, my nose is fine. I'm fine. You're being scammed."
As an attorney experienced in fraud, Schildhorn was stunned. What's worse, because he hadn't lost money, he had no legal recourse. Schildhorn contacted law enforcement who were aware of the so-called family emergency scam, but he says they told him the criminals were untraceable because their scam uses burner phones to get cryptocurrency.
But it was scary.
Despite his wife's objection,
the scam hasn't abated.
Schildhorn went public, eventually testifying before a Senate committee on AI and fraud.
In this case, there is no remedy, and I hope that this committee could do something about that.
I wanted to know what it takes to clone a voice. I found an AI-powered website and paid $5 to use the service. Next, I needed a 30-second audio clip of the voice I wanted to replicate.
Did you know that all you need is 30 seconds of someone's voice?
My executive producer, Walter, loaned his voice.
And you put it into a system?
But I could have also pulled it from his social media.
I'm currently the executive producer of investigations at CBS News New York.
And just like that,
this is Walter, and Mahsa is the best investigative reporter ever.
I had cloned it.
This technology is powerful.
The AI-generated voice would say whatever I typed. The startup behind this tells me the technology can be used to narrate a book or give a voice to those without one.
Are regulators doing enough to protect us?
We're trying to keep pace with the evolution of technology, and we aren't doing enough.
Congresswoman Yvette Clarke represents New York's 9th District and is on the U.S. House of Representatives AI Task Force. She's introduced legislation that requires companies to digitally watermark AI-generated content. If the bill passes, consumers would be warned they're listening to a fake. And if somehow they're harmed by the fake content, they could sue.
It's going to be very difficult for the average human being to discern what is real from what has been AI generated. Time is not on our side.
If you can simulate someone's voice, there is no saying how far that can go.
As regulators try to catch up to scammers, Queens District Attorney Melinda Katz says it's up to you to defend yourself. The DA suggests you create a secret code word and share it with family in person. In an emergency, the code will help you verify who's on the other end of the line. Also key, if anyone asks you for money or sensitive information, pause.
Honor your senses. Trust your gut. Trust your judgment. And double check.
To me, it's nonsensical. We allow these tools to be out there that can be used by scammers without risk of harm.
And data from the FTC shows scammers aren't just pretending to be your child or your friend. Scams involving business imposters are now on the rise. Last year, more than $750 million was lost. The advice is the same, though, guys. Don't give your money, and definitely don't give your boss's money until you verify who's on the other end of the line.
Sure.
Yeah.
So with this bill, if it passes, there's a threat of the lawsuit. Do tech companies actually support this legislation?
The tech company I spoke with, they do. They support the legislation partially. They say that, you know, they want people to be able to find out where synthetic audio is coming from. And they say right now they are creating that technology.
It sounds so real, doesn't it, Vlad?
It does. And it was unbelievable to me how fast you were able to do it and how simply you did that.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Thank you, Mahsa.
Mahsa,
Appreciate
thanks.
it.